Hello, in today's video course, we will look at how to remotely control the Miraf SongBook program. All possible combinations are supported, meaning you can use Windows as the primary computer to control an Android device, or you can control another Android or Windows device from Android. All options are supported, meaning Windows, Android, Windows, or Android. What does remote control mean? For example, the band leader selects a song, and it automatically sets for all other members in the band. However, each user has their own text, settings, chords, colors, and sizes configured in their own program. Let's look at how we can set this up. In the Windows version, open the Program tab and select Remote Control. Now, you need to decide whether this program will receive or send data. If it receives data, it means another device controls this device, and if it sends data, it means this is the main computer sending data to other devices. So, we will check that the program sends data, set a password, and enter the IP addresses of all the computers we want to control. From the Windows version, you can control up to 40 devices. So, we will enter their IP addresses. The condition is that all devices must be on the same home or local network. Of course, it doesn't matter whether the computer is connected via cable or Wi-Fi. If you need to find the IP address of a device, every Windows or Android computer or tablet displays its current IP address here. So, I will enter the second computer on the network and click OK. Now, I will switch to the second computer on the network. I will again select the Program tab, Remote Control. Here, I will set it so that the program receives data and enter the same password. Click OK. At this point, the second computer is waiting to be switched by the first one, and the song changes automatically. The condition is that you are working with the same database, or rather, that the song identifiers are the same. So, the ideal solution is to copy one database, which, for example, your band leader has prepared, and everyone else plays from it. However, everyone has their own appearance settings. The advantage is that each user has their own font size and colors, and the band leader only switches between songs, so you don't have to call out song numbers or names. The band leader chooses what to play, and it automatically switches for everyone else, while each person maintains their own appearance and chords. Now let's try it. We have two Windows computers and we are switching songs one by one on the first one. You can see how the songs are now switched. Now, let's look at how to configure this on an Android device. I'll switch back to my first computer, and here I'll choose Remote Control and add another computer on the network that runs Android. The condition, as I mentioned earlier, is that all devices are on the same local network, either connected by cable or by Wi-Fi. So, I've set it up here. Click OK, and we'll switch to the Android device. I'll turn on the program here. Then go to the program settings, and at the very bottom is Remote Control. Here I can see the program settings. In the first line, I see your current IP address, which I previously entered in the Windows version. Now, Remote Control is turned off. Just like in the Windows version, I'll set whether the data should be sent or received. That's these two options. And here, I enter the list of IP addresses. In this case, I've set Windows as the main computer that sends the data. This means I'll simply switch here to receive data, enter the password at the bottom, and click Save. Then, I go back to the song list, and restart the program to get it to run again. Now I'll switch to any song, and it waits for the Windows version to send the song change. So now, I switch back to the Windows version, change the song, and check the Android device, and I see the song has been switched. In a simple way, your band leader controls their main computer, and the songs are switched for all the other members. Of course, you can also do it the other way around, where the main device is running Android. Then, in the settings, you choose Remote Control, switch to Send Data, and fill in the IP addresses of the computers to which the data is sent. Enter password, and click Save. At this point, this device becomes the main computer, and if you change songs here, they change on all the devices you've configured. Within one network, you can set up various combinations. For example, one computer might control two others, such as the drummer and guitarist, while another might control all the singers. Everything happens within the local network, and no computer can both send and receive data simultaneously. Only one option is allowed, either sending or receiving. If you don't know the IP addresses of your devices, each device will display its current IP address in the settings. Now, let's look at an Android to Android combination. I open the remote control settings on both devices. On the first device, I select that I receive data, enter the password and click Save. On the second device, I set the program to send the data. I'll enter the IP address of the second tablet, enter the password and click Save. The next requirement is to close the program on both devices to reload the configuration. I'll close the program on both devices and restart it. Now, I see that the program is sending data on one and receiving data on the other. Now, I need to switch both devices to any song, which will synchronize the program, and at this point, when I start switching, you'll see the data is being switched on the other device. If I go back to the menu, choose another song, you'll see the song switched again. So, in this simple way, it's ideal to use a simple network switch or Wi-Fi switch on stage, like an access point, to create a simple network on stage. You can connect by cable or Wi-Fi, and pair the devices this way for group control. It's also ideal to set fixed IP addresses on the router so you don't have to change the IP addresses before every concert. If you have multiple networks and play in different locations, you can set up several profiles and easily switch between them based on the network you are connected to. Additionally, you can enable the option below to automatically trigger batch actions you have set for the songs when the song changes. What to do in case of problems? 1. Check the IP addresses. 2. Verify that the connection is not being blocked by a firewall or antivirus program. This is the most common cause of issues. 3. Ensure the same password is used on all devices. Thank you for watching and goodbye.